I would say to everybody, go ahead and get your phone. This is an actual mobile app. And I know that there are a few agents that have been using this, absolutely love it. I am here to learn today as well. Um, the Northwest MLS has this app for us. So a lot of us have been familiar with like HomeSnap and HomeSpotter. This is supposed to be more user friendly and kind of the new app today that we'll want to get familiar with to be using. And so excited to have Richard here from the Northwest MLS, who's going to give us the product overview. But like I said, ideally, go ahead and get your phones out because it is a mobile app, so that we can get familiar and comfortable using it. I also have heard this is great for while you're out in the field. So for those of you that have used HomeSpotter in the past and HomeSnap as well, this is kind of that new app directly linked to the Northwest MLS to be very user friendly for us as we're out in the field and working with clients. So Richard, if you want to go ahead and get started, it looks like we're at 10:31. And
Absolutely.
thank you.
Thank you guys so much. Again, my name is Richard Graham. I'll be your host, your guide, your trainer in today's presentation. And I think Candace stole my introduction about HomeSpotter and HomeSnap. And those were the two major mobile devices that we use. And HomeSpotter is still there. HomeSpotter has not gone away. And we've added in this Northwest MLS mobile, which I think you guys are going to be excited about seeing. Eventually, I think they'll merge the two, but HomeSpotter was identified as one of the applications that was totally integrated with the Northwest MLS. It was as if you were walking in the field with your laptop in your hand. All of what you were able to do in the Matrix, you were able to do on your mobile device. As we start to go closer and closer to being paperless, and that AI and all of that technology coming our way, being in the field and being able to pull up your mobile device and complete a full transaction from beginning to end on a mobile device is getting closer and closer and closer. And so we're just trying to, prop up the tools that allow us to do that a lot easier. Today, we're going to focus in on just one of those applications, and that is going to be the Northwest MLS Mobile. And we've been getting rave reviews on this product. And because this is just an hour-long class, I'm going to kind of bypass this PowerPoint presentation and just open up my the Northwest MLS Mobile. I'm going to try to open it up today, both using my Android and my iPad, because you'll find that each one of those mobile devices, Android, iPad, iPhone, are going to have a different look and feel. It's going to show up differently. So let me just open up both of these out in this presentation, and then I'll share that with you. And then let's see. So on the left side, you're going to see my iPad, and on the right side, you're going to see my iPad, and then my iPhone. And so what we'll do, if you have never logged in, you just go to your app store, and with this particular application, you just search for Northwest MLS. Just type in Northwest MLS, and then you are going to see the application, Northwest MLS Mobile, and that you'll see this, and then it will walk you through downloading this app. It looks like this here on the side. You'll say Northwest MLS Mobile. Once you say open or get, it will walk you through, and you are going to select the I am a broker, and then that sets it up. When you select I am a broker, all you're going to see is the product with the broker information. There's a consumer side of this that they can log into that shows this. In HomeSpotter, they had a little lock that indicated only brokers could see this information. Well, the Northwest MLS Mobile doesn't have that. So it's just given that you're only seeing information that only a broker can see. So once that's downloaded, let me open up the Northwest MLS Mobile. It opens up, and this is the screen that you're going to fall to. This is the screen that you'll typically see when you open up the Northwest MLS Mobile. And right off the bat, these are the search fields that you will come across. It starts off with the map search. Yeah, you click on this map search, and it opens up the map and drops property right on the map. In order to move around the map, you can, if you took your index finger and double tapped on your screen, it will zoom out. If you take your thumb and your index finger and double tap on the screen, it zooms in. So, and it took me a while to learn that that was the case, but you can, and then you could pinch your index finger and your thumb, pinch it, squeeze it in or squeeze it out, and it moves the screen in and out. Again, your index finger kind of moves around anywhere you want to go on the map, anywhere you want to go on the map. And let me just open up this one here so it's a bigger screen. So you can kind of pinch the screen, tap the screen, and it moves about. This is how you search using the map. Anywhere you want to go on the map, you can search by using that search, using your fingers to search around. At any given time, when you first open up this application in the field, over on the right column, you'll see what looks like the tip of an arrow. The tip of an arrow, you click that, that is your Near Me tab. When you click on that, it zooms you right in to your current location. So now if you clicked on that and it takes you any place other than your current location, then that just simply means that you have to go into your settings on your mobile device and enter that information in there, or enter your setup so that it will accept your GPS location. Let me make sure I move this out of the way. It will accept your GPS location. That's the Near Me tab. And otherwise, you're just moving your index finger and it's kind of showing you different areas that you might go. You can also use this. Let me do the Near Me. You can also use this, the icon that's right above the arrow. That's the draw. So if I wanted to carve out a particular area, I would go in here and click on what looks like a pencil. And let's say I wanted to carve out just this area right in here. I want to carve that area out, and it just shows me those properties right in that. So you can actually create your own farming area, your own area that you want to focus your attention on. And you can save this search. So this might be Lower Renton or whatever you want to name that search. To get rid of that, you'll just click on the pencil again, and that information goes away. So for example, if you wanted to focus your attention just on the Mercer Island area, click on the pencil, you click on that pencil, and then do an outline of the Mercer Island. Create an outline, and then it's just going to move all the other properties away. I can now go to my save search. I could name this, the search is going to be Mercer Island, and then create. So I just saved that search, and you can, when you save a search in this Northwest MLS Mobile, it is also being saved in your matrix and vice versa. So if you were to go to the matrix system and save a search, it's going to show up in the Northwest MLS Mobile. That's the same with your carts. That's the same with your saved searches. And there's where the integration comes into play. That's how you get that integration. If you were to click on the eye with the circle with an eye, the blue circle with an eye, that gives you an opportunity to customize a little bit. If you want to see schools in a particular area, or if on the map you want to see traffic, what the traffic situation is by clicking on that little blue circle, that last icon that you see there with an I in it, small I. That gives you an opportunity to go in and kind of customize the map just a little bit more. But that's what you're looking at on the map. Now, let me do that near me and I'll zoom out a little bit more. So right now, if you look in the upper right-hand corner, you will see on your map a number. There it shows that there are, on my iPad, it shows 25 results. On the iPhone, it shows 10 results. And that's what's on the map. So underneath, right underneath that, or next to that, you'll see map, list, and stats. So right now we're looking at the map and the 10 properties that are showing up on the map. Now it's 11. If I click on list, it will show a list. It will put this in a list form. So it shows a list of these properties on the map, all 12 of them. Now there's 12. But that's just the map. Here's the map version of those 12 properties. Here's the list. But what makes this great is that it also shows you the stats. So at any given time, I can see of those 12 properties, on market, off market, sold, and leased. So off market, it shows me prices, the average price, the lowest price, the medium sell price, the highest price, and then a breakdown of the property breakdown, residential, condo, vacant land. You get this information just by clicking on stats. Now, once you click on sold, now you can manage this just a little bit more in the palm of it. This is the stats for those 12 properties 3 months ago, or in that area 3 months ago. Here's 6 months ago. Here is 1 year ago. So you have that flexibility to be able to know, and even off-market properties, off-market in that area shows again what the days on market is, 10 days for the shortest time, 186 for the longest, but that's 3 months, 6 months, and you get to see those results right there in the palm of your hand.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that is a nice little feature. So again, that's the way you search using the map. You can search also the traditional way, the way we're familiar with searching, and there's a search bar up there. So if I go to this search bar, I can go up here and enter in, let's say, 98188. I think that's your area. And it just shows you properties in that area. So you guys are close to SeaTac, or South Center. And so all of these properties are going to be right around that area. And I can search by school district. If I come up here, I can add in. So I got the zip code there and I add in the Renton. And as I type this in, the system is going to try and identify what it is I'm typing. And I was looking for the Renton School District, and voila, there it is right there. I click on that. So now I'm looking at the Renton School District, and that's what it shows up on the map. I still have my photos that are there of those properties. Now there's 153 properties in the list that's on the map. Even the yard signs that you see here, have a little bit more meaning than what meets the eye. For example, if I zoom in here to this particular property, 632K, it has a downward arrow. And of course, that means that there is a price reduction. And if you click on it, it's going to show you a slash in the pricing. So right off the bat, it shows me just based on the icon, what this means. And there's just a couple other meanings downward. Here's one that has a 649K on that map, 649K, and it has a little house. That means there's an open house associated with this property. There is an open house scheduled on this property. So you can kind of see what those, a little bit more meaning in an area. If there's quite a few price reductions, or if there's open houses, you'll be able to see that at a glance. Also, you'll see that there's a number 2, and that just means that there are more than one unit associated with this property. It looks like somebody has a question regarding the hot sheet option of looking at listings, for example, one day. These are listings that are greater than one day. The additional options such as 3, 5 days. How do I get only the days I have selected? We'll get to that hot sheet in just a second, but that's a good observation on what he's talking about is this hot sheet feature that you see down here at the bottom. We'll talk about that in just a second. Let's go through these other icons and we'll work our way down. So that is the map search. That's what you're doing with the map search. Even on the map search, let's get back there real quick. There is the filter. And let me just emphasize that every time I pick up this mobile device in the field, I want to go to my filter and then reset and then search homes. Filter, reset, and search home. I do that because if I were out yesterday searching for real estate and I put in search criteria, that criteria is going to stay there. So tomorrow when I go out and I want to search in the field and I just start adding in 3+ bedrooms, well, you have to scroll through and find out if you have previous search criteria in there in order for your search to work. To avoid that, you just click on right when you start filter, reset, and search. That gives you a clean slate, and you kind of start right from the beginning, and you don't have to worry about that search. That's just. It looks like good. I just saw admit come in, and so people are joining in as we speak.
Yeah.
For those who are just joining us, welcome. You haven't missed much. Right now, you see on the screen, you see my iPad and my iPhone, and the only one that's not here is the Android. You'll find that they all work the same. There might be subtle differences just in terms of where an item is located versus on an iPhone, iPad. I recommend that this Christmas you go out and you buy yourself an iPad, an iPhone, and an Android, and you don't have to worry about any of it. No. Hopefully you got friends that will do that for you. But as we go through this, so the other search, other than the search bar that you see at the very top, we can click on filter. Now, this is the search that we're familiar with. If we were to go back to home, go back to the home page, that is also called the advanced search, where you can go in. When you click on the advanced search, I think they should rename it as the matrix search, because that's basically what it is. You go in and you're able to put in the area. First of all, I can go in and type in Renton and just type in the Renton area and select it. Now it's selected and done. So now my searches are in the Renton area and apply. And then I go down and I can add in an address or the property type. Right now I have single family selected. I may want to choose rental, residential. Look at my options. I can choose farm. I can choose multifamily. I can choose commercial, right? And again, we're familiar with the single family, so I can select that residential and then apply. So I have Renton area, residential properties. I see sales and rental. I can see all either just rental properties or just sale properties or all. Typically, you want to click on the all. And then all of this other part, the other section is what we're familiar with. My price range, let's say we're looking for 450 to 950. And this is how easy it is. You're sitting at the coffee shop or parked in your car. You got 450 to 950. I want at least 3+ bedrooms and 1+ bath. And you're just selecting. This is what we normally do when we do this. Let me see. I think I have another question that came in. Why no options for areas, for example, Gig Harbor? You mean the exact community? They do have, right now we are on, if you look at the very top, we are on city. We can go to subdivision, and that might be where you'll put in the Gig Harbor, right? So let's just try that since you stopped my flow. No, I'm kidding. And then we come down here and let's see, I don't want to have to go through all there should be a place where we can just type it in. Let's go back to the top. I'm sure we can type it in. It says all there. But look, it shows you the MLS areas, the community. So that's where it would be. Just so hopefully that answered your question, Rick. That it looks like you can get down to MLS area 1. So we're good there. We'll come back if that's not the case. But let's just keep going. And then we keep our living area. Look at all the fields. My point here is look at how robust this is in terms of searching for any property. It even has more criteria that goes and shows you fireplaces, and does it have a pool, or is the place have a swimming pool? And so it covers the majority of what you would search for in the matrix system. And once you're satisfied, you just simply click on search. You must choose a city. I think that changed when we moved off of city into subdivision, and we'll just type in right here. We'll Renton, just so we can get this, show this search, and then done and apply. And so all of our other criteria is listed in it. All of these 52 properties that you see here are in the Renton area. If we were choosing the subdivision or the zip code, that would go to that MLS area. So that search is there. Let me do that. Let me do that. What we would normally do, and that is filter, reset, and search. And then we'll come to subdivision. Click on subdivision, and I think we were looking for a Gig Harbor, and I just cannot believe I haven't done this before, so I can't believe they would make you scroll down to the alphabet.
Yeah, it seemed like it'd be easy to just put G or something and bring
G or something like that, but I didn't see a spot for that. But again, I haven't done this before, so we will just Delridge. That looks like a Delridge Avenue, the Delridge community. So if that's the case, then these properties should be in West Seattle, and they are. So I would assume that going from there, Rick, that does do what we're looking for in terms of advanced searches. What makes this unique? What makes this unique? And this application is the only one in the market that does this. And that is, let me see if I can find, there are 3 buttons on the upper right side, and it's called an ellipsis. You click on those buttons, and this gives you an opportunity to choose a list of properties to send to your client. Now, in every mobile app that's out there, you can only choose one property at a time. This one gives you the opportunity. I can send either by text message or by email. If I select here, I can now say, I'm going to choose this one. I'm going to choose this one. I'm going to choose this one, and send this email, this group of properties, out to my client at one time.
Nice.
So if your client opts in, then you can send it by text message. Be careful with sending properties out by text message, because if it's properties that they weren't expecting, or what it wasn't looking for or didn't want, then that becomes spam really quick, because everybody's on their phone, and you can imagine they're already getting bombarded by. So make sure when you send it out, it's wanted, it's needed, and your client feels really good about it, especially in text. Email, they got their choice. But I just love the idea that once I say done, I can go in, enter my recipient's name, and send that out to them by either one of those forms: text, email, what my option, text. I could add it to my favorites. I could add it to my cart. A group of properties I can add to my cart. Group of properties I can save. The only mobile app out in the market that allows you to do this is that feature. Let's go back to our homepage. We can search by MLS number. If we have MLS numbers, and we can enter in a list of MLS numbers. We can enter in a list of MLS numbers to search by. And I think it's up to 10. We can add in 10 MLS numbers to search by. The save searches. Here's a list of my save searches. And let's see, somebody says, do these go into clients' One Home portal if they? Absolutely. Therein lies a big, and thank you for bringing that up, Rick. Therein lies a big feature with the One Home and the mobile MLS. They're both integrated. Now, HomeSpotter is not integrated with the One Home portal. So now you have, and let's not mistake the One Home portal for a mobile app. It is not. The One Home portal, as it's just like your client. The One Home portal is similar to you logging into the Matrix and using the Matrix, but your client has their own Matrix, if you will. That's what the One Home portal is. The mobile app is used for in the field. But if I send them a list of properties, they're going to open up that list of properties in the One Home portal. So great point. It is totally integrated with that One Home portal. Your saved searches are listed here. And again, any of your saved searches, we saved the Mercer Island search that we carved out. You can save that search. It's going to go in the Northwest MLS mobile and in Matrix as well. You'll see that listed in the Matrix. Your listings, now I don't have any listings. So it's going to show no results. But if I were a broker and I had listings, it's going to show me a list of all of the properties that I have on the map and where they're located. And so you can always monitor what your listings, where they are, what you're doing with your listings. A list of your favorites. Anytime you select a property, and I'll show you on one of these properties that when you open it up, there's a star you can select that will show. I'll show you a little bit later. Yeah, it was right there. There's a star you select at the very top. Like if you look in my Android now, my iPad, you'll see that this star, I just saved this as a favorite. It's going to be in my favorite section in the mobile app, and that's where you'll be able to find that. And so those are the search boxes that you will get familiar with. I think that map search, the advanced search, and even the MLS search will be extremely helpful for you when you're in the field. And then down at the bottom, we mentioned the hot sheet. Now, the hot sheet works just like the hot sheet in the Matrix, in that I can see all the active properties, the pending sales, closed sales. And these are, what I did is you go in and you enter in the areas that you work in as a broker. And then the hot sheet is designed to show you the activity taking place in those areas. Now, at any time, you could go in. We mentioned, let me say this first. At any time, you can go in and change the locations. So right now, if you look at my my iPad, I have Auburn, Burien, Federal Way, Kent, and Renton selected as the areas that I focus my attention on. So any news updates, any changes that are going to take place, they're going to be reflected in this active, pending, closed, price increases, price decreases. Now, let me go back and see what that question was regarding the hot sheet option of looking at listings, for example, for 1 day. Okay, there are listings that are greater than 1 day. And let me see. I don't know. Okay, greater than 1 day. Let's see. They are additional options such as 3 days, 5 days. How do I get only the days that I have selected? Now, after selecting the property type and the property type and the location, that is a question, Rick, that I'm going to get back to you guys on. I'll email Rochelle and maybe Candace and let you know what that answer. I don't know that answer. So again, how do I get only the days that I have selected? So if I just want to see what took place on one day and 3 days ago, and then 5 days ago, and then 14 days ago, I'm sure there is a direct answer, but right now it escapes me. So I'll come back to you on that. Let's keep going. The InstaView. The InstaView is going to be used when you are actually in the field. When you're standing, like your client, you might have a buyer and you are showing your buyer a home. But they turn around and say, well, what about that house right across the street? You'll just simply turn and click on that InstaView, and that property will show up. You'll select that property and you'll get that property's information for any property in the area. So this is not just for active properties. It is for any property that is in the field, because it combines both public record and MLS data and shows you that information. So let's now take a look and see what it looks like when we select a property, and take a look at the kind of information that it will provide us. Let me just find a property real quick that might work for us. That's not a good one. Let me just see if I can't find a good one. 830. Here we go. This is good. This is good. So we have this home here. And right off the bat, we'll see at the very top, one of the things that you'll notice is that there is a little swivel at the very top of the page on the right side. You'll see that swivel. And so if I'm in the field, I can change it to my camera. This would go to my camera, and it's going to show me, well, this one here actually is the it's not the camera. I'm unless I clicked the wrong one. This is the video attached to this property. This is the and this is just going to show you a nice. I'm losing what they call it. A video of the property that you can see, and it right now you guys probably can't hear it, but I hear music going. But it's that little swivel that you see at the top of the page. You click on that swivel, and that shows you the video that's attached to this property. Oh, let me get out of that. And so, no, don't allow me. I would like to find a connected device. Let me just don't allow. And so, right underneath that, you'll see that is active. How many days on market this property has been active? The price of the property is listed there, and then you can swipe over and see additional information. So 4 bedrooms, 3 bath. That's my Android that went off to. Let me make this a little bit bigger so we can see more of it. I think we're good, but we're okay. And so right underneath that, you'll see that I can share this property. There's a share. I can share it by direct email. I can share it by text message. I can send it in a message. Or I can copy the MLS number and paste that somewhere else. I can request a showing. When I click on this showing time, the full version of showing time with this property's information in mind pops into play. So you can see that I could schedule a showing. When I click on schedule a showing, it's just going through the showing time application. And of course, where it is not blacked out or grayed out, we can make an appointment. So anywhere from 12:15, I can schedule an appointment. And again, it opens up. Is this the first showing, the second showing? So it works. You have the full version of the showing time, totally integrated with this property. Let me make this a little bit bigger. And so right next to that, I can add it to my cart. Again, just like Save Searches, when I add it to my cart, I can add this to my cart. It will be in the carts section of the matrix. It will be in the mobile device as well. And then you start getting into some really good stuff. So this property itself, this program, kind of like what HomeSnap was doing in terms of running comparables. This will run some comparables for you. You can go in And again, they're basing these comparables. It's not a full comparable. It's a mobile app comparable. So all they're looking at is 10% above price range, 10% below your subject property. You can determine how many miles out you want to go, 2 miles out. And then your choices are same as bedrooms, same number of bedrooms. So you're kind of matching your subject property to this comparable analysis. And again, it's not a full, you have a choice also of recently sold versus on market, off market. So you can tweak it just a little bit. There's other areas where you can customize it, and I'll show you that as well. But on this comparables tab, you're limited to just those few features. Please note that there is a print. I could print this off. Be careful. When you do, if you print it off, you are also going to print all the photos. So if you are conscious about your use of ink, then just note that that's going to be a tax on your ink in your printer. So be careful there. Then underneath that, we have our map. We can view the map in, like we used, viewed the map before. This is the map feature. I like the 3D view. This was the old Google 3D that I thought went away, and it's now back. And I like it because it puts that little contour. So you kind of see it from a 3D perspective. This particular property at 830,000 is sitting right next to a small little municipal airport in Renton. I'm close to that as well. And if my windows are open, I hear every plane that takes off. And some of the planes that take off, they really need to service their engine because it sounds like it's going to explode. But when my windows are closed, I'm good to go. But just know that that's why this map is good. You can see if there's any power lines or if there are traffic noise or air noise. It's listed right there in 3D. And then it gives you the directions. You get the directions, step-by-step directions. You can add that from your current location. If I go my current location, it's going to show me exactly how to get there. I'm 4 minutes away from that particular property. And a little bit more additional information that you can add in, avoiding particular highways. You can put stops. Right, so it's just a typical map, nothing too unusual. And then the rest of the tabs that are located there. Again, we just want to look at these tabs and make sure we know what's there and what's not. Let me see, I think I have a question. Can you send information to our clients to access the client portion of this so that they look around? And that's what I meant early on, Mary, when we first started, is when you log in as a broker, you are only going to see what a broker sees. Now, in HomeSpotter, there was a little lock that kind of confirmed with you that you were the only one seeing this kind of information. It's already built in the Northwest MLS mobile. So your clients cannot get an agent application. So they're only going to see client information. And so hopefully that was your question. And that would be my question, is I don't want to send an application to a client and have them have access to all this other data that, the listing agent or buyer agent's contact, none of that, right? So just be assured that it's built into the Northwest MLS. And please, if that's not the answer to your question, just let me know and I'll revisit that. But, oh, good. And so, yeah, and so it's built in. But you have room for any private notes. I always would like to have a notepad with describing what, right? This is right? I can just new build or whatever this is. I can put that in there and just kind of save my note and just add notes, private notes, and then keep those right there. And I always have a note to who I talked to, what I talked about, just on the side. Marketing remarks are listed right here. These would be the remarks that your client would see in the description. Your client would see these remarks here, and this is public record data. Then there's the broker remarks, which your clients would not see, right? And again, there's further instructions on how to use this, although it's not marked, but just be assured that your client will not see broker remarks. And it's because it's already built in. Showing information, the details of that showing information. And then the listing broker, this is where you want to avoid. You don't want your buyer looking at listing because they will reach out to the listing agent. And right, so this information there, but look at all the ways that you're able to get in contact with a broker. Call me, email me, text message, showing requests, go to their website, both for the listing broker and the co-listing agent is listed here. And again, we're just going through these buyer broker compensation. The only thing that I would say is missing from this, and I just want to make note that that is something they're working on. We are waiting daily for them to add in supplements. On your HomeSpotter mobile app, you do have the supplements. So just be assured that that is on the way. That is a complete application once that gets here. Owner occupied information just kind of gives you a little bit of information on this. Looks like an investment LLC. So looking at the old property of this property was listed before. I mean, this property was a rebuild because they have, if you go to the matrix, you can see previous photos on this. Hopefully we'll see some here. General information. That's just the details, just a little bit of the details of this property. Listing information, listing details. Again, nothing unusual on there. Additional property information, what the annual taxes are. You can go through this yourself and see what. But this, I don't see any question that comes up. You now have the answer in the palm of your hand. You have that answer in the palm of your hand. Utilities, you also have a direct link to your Realist program. And so Realist is also a public record database. So now I have public record data right in this mobile device. And not only that, it has all the characteristics, the estimated value. They have the marketing information, the mortgage history. They have all of this information, but not only that, if I come back here and I click on this tax ID, that is a hyperlink that should take me over to my, it would take me over to the county assessor site. Let me see which one. And now it's not doing it. I'll have to come back on that one. Sorry, guys. But that should take you over, just like it does in HomeSpotter. You click on it, it will take you over to the county assessor site and the information that's listed there. Let me see. I think I have another question. Be sure to update the information. Brandon, share you can send is okay. That Candace is just letting everyone know that's extremely important to share this application. And I'm getting ready to get you over to where you might be able to share this information. But there is a mortgage calculator that is fairly robust. You can add in additional information on the mortgage. But then we have the history of this property listed here. And then again, contact the broker. So a lot of detailed information that you get from using this mobile app in the palm of your hand. All this information is there in the palm of your hand. We'll save this one as a favorite. And then there's another section to the mobile app. Down at the bottom, you'll see there's a More tab. If you look at the More tab down at the bottom. Yeah. And that's what I got to look at, Jamie. I saw that as well. And usually they're constantly making changes to this app. And so when I clicked on before, and if you click on the tax ID in the HomeSpotter, it takes you to the county assessor site. And I have to figure out why that didn't do that here. But so two things that I should get back to you on. But they're good things. They're things that we're finding out that's good. So every time, in other words, every time I use this app, there are a slight little different change that might be in a different spot. But let's look at the three bars at the bottom of the page. Let's click on the three bars because that kind of takes us back to the back office of this application. And of course, the first one is your favorites. It's going to list your favorite properties, the one you selected as a favorite, and put those on the map. That's the same as what your client would see as well. If they have favorite properties, when they're using this app, it will show their favorites. Again, I don't have any listings, but if I did, they would be listed in this section here. So that's, you'll see that on yours. All of your saved searches. Again, we saw that earlier. We saved that Mercer Island, and it tells you the date that it was saved, both the Northwest MLS and that it's going to be saved in the matrix as well. Then we have the MLS. So a lot of these are the hot sheet, but the brand and share is where we wanted to be, is what we wanted to look at. Brand and share, because this is a place where you can go in and create the best choice branding. So you go in and you can start to create your own color scheme and put in the best choice as your branding instead of the Home Spotter or the Northwest MLS. You come in and you're able to change the coloration of your application. And so you can go in and add photos and make those changes. Let me just show you on this one. If I open it up open this one back up, because I've already done it here. And so if we go back to the more and then brand and share, right here, I came in and I uploaded a photo on here. At the very top here, I uploaded that Northwest MLS. And then if I click on the accents, I can so whatever your color scheme is for best choice, you're coming in and you can adjust that a little bit, make it more the color scheme, your name, your branding will be on there. And it's an application that comes directly from you. So you can click on view the branding on the mobile app or view the email layout. This is what it might look like on an email layout when you send out something to an email. Let's look at the preview here's what it looks like on your mobile app with your branding on top. This branding also goes into the One Home portal. So when they're in the One Home portal, this branding that you created is listed there as well. So you'll see whatever branding you have is now going to be in the One Home portal. I think that that's a fantastic tool that you have at your disposal. Facebook publishing. You can take any listing that you have, and it takes the work of you building it and laying it out on your Facebook page. Now, I click on connect, but I don't want to add this. I don't want to go any further than that. But trust me when I say that it will walk you through setting up your listing right in Facebook. So you don't have to worry about it's done correctly or in the right way. A calculator is listed there. We already saw that earlier before. You can find any member, any broker that you want in the system. And there's anyone that comes up, any broker you're looking for and their layout, their contact information is listed here. Let's see, why did that? There we go. Get that back up. And so you can find any broker in the system, in the MLS. Flyers. This will allow you to create flyers for your listing. And again, this is fairly new. This is a fairly new option, is to be able to create flyers. The third-party integration is what this is really all about. Because look here, it syncs with your contacts. It syncs with the client portal, right? And you can turn these on or off if you want to. Keep in mind that you always want to keep in mind that if you are getting spam, if you are concerned about all the unwanted emails that you get in your email box, you're not the only one. Your clients are doing the same thing. So if you pile on to that, if you add to that, then it's the same as, it's just not good. So make sure that some of these you might want to turn on or turn off, or even for yourself. You may not want to see all the items in your cart. You want to use that when you log into the matrix. So be conscious of that. But One Home brand and share, that is an option that you want to keep on. That's how you share that with your clients. These other fields down here at the bottom allow you to kind of customize this just a little bit more. Like under preferences, you can go in and here under that comparison, where we went 10% above or 10% below, that's in here. That's down payment if you want to increase your down payment. So there's little areas that you can go in and customize. The way you sort is another custom, ascending versus descending, and just kind of make those changes. So you can, under settings and preferences, there's the comparables one. If you click on comparables, you can go in and where it's 10% above or 10% below, you can make those changes in here as well. So even notifications, again, I want you to emphasize where the notification section is so that you can, flyers is not on my system. No flyers. Let me make note of that. Flyers. And again, these change. So there's 3 areas that I'm going to focus on to make sure that I get back to you guys on. Because it's certainly, again, I tell you, that's a newer area that was not there last time I was in here. So maybe the update is coming and we just get it before you guys because of the power that I hope. No, it's just, I have no power whatsoever.
Are you on the iPad here?
I'm on the iPad here.
I'm guessing that might be why, because yeah.
Let me open up 3, 2, 4, 5. Let me open up my Android and I'll go back in there. And you could be right because I don't see. Third-party integration, fine. Yeah, I don't see the flyers on here. And again, that's a very good point. I typically teach this on my iPhone or an Android. I just moved over to an iPhone. Even the home page, this home page, you don't see this home page. Let me make sure you see it. You don't see this home page on the Android. Let me just show you this real quick so you'll see it. All right, real quick. Right, this home page you do not see on the iPad. So again, there are subtle differences. Everything that is on one is on the other, with maybe the exception of that flyers. So
right. My thought is that it wouldn't be available on a phone app, but on like an iPad, or if you added it to like a laptop.
Perfect. Thank you so much. See, I love teaching this stuff that's coming out to you guys because it's, again, the Northwest MLS Mobile is a fairly new product and you learn all the time. So Discover Northwest MLS, here's where you can go. Let's see if you have the Discover Northwest MLS. You do. Discover Northwest MLS. This is a nice little slideshow that shows you what is available that you can kind of recap on and follow up. And then let me just get out of this presentation here and go into the matrix, back into the matrix, and I'll show you one last item before I let you go. It should already be open, but let's take a look and let me do a new share so you can see what I'm looking at. And then if you come down here, this is the homepage. If you click on Matrix and Realist, you'll go right into Matrix and Realist. However, if you click on information and support, you'll get it. You'll go into all of the user guides that we created. And if you see all user guides, it will cover some of what we looked at here today. So it's in that area. Let's go back one more. And then you'll see all products and services, just because I wanted to emphasize how small this is. Right here, it says see all products and services. And if you open that up, down at the bottom, you'll see this Northwest MLS Mobile. Northwest, you click on this information and support tab. And again, it has all the user guides that we created for the Northwest MLS Mobile. And then there is a video tutorial that kind of recaps what we saw here today. There's the live one, which we're doing now, but there's a nice little video that kind of recaps all of what we looked at today, just slower and without this voice. So you might go back here. Here's the Northwest MLS overview. It talks about creating your branding and your profile, how to send it out to your clients. And then it has all of the searches that you might consider in here, and just kind of recap. The best use of your time would be to go out and wherever you go, just open the app, take a look at it, open it up, try to use it, see where it takes you, and that's the best teacher out there. I'm going to follow up on the questions that we had. I think we're solid with the flyers, but I'll double check. And then I'll just follow up with the question. I'll send that out to Candace and then Rochelle. But that is the quick down and dirty version of the Northwest MLS Mobile. And let's see, I think I have a couple more questions came in. Is this a private MLS server? In other words, does MLS collaborate or share information with Google? Again, I don't know the question to that. I know that if you think about the matrix and what it does, then it does the kind of the same thing. And then how can a last name sort be added in contacts? Let's go back up here to contacts and sort. Let's see if I can sort by, that might be something we need to add. Yeah, I just put in, I went back to the search and I just entered in the last name and it came up with so go down at the bottom of your page, go back and go to contacts. At the very bottom of your page, you'll see contact. Click on contacts and I was able to put in a last name. So let me just make sure that that is the right question. How can a last name sort be added in? Yeah, it's there. So you're able to do it by last name. So if not, let me know that that's not the case. But that is our course. Let me check and see if there's any other questions that came in. I don't see any other questions. Rochelle, Candace, are you guys good?
Yeah, I was just going to add, if I look in contacts on the app, it's actually it brings up all the contacts from my phone that are linked in my iPhone. And so you should be able to, if you have their last name in there, search by the last name.
And again, I tried, my sister is a broker, and she's and actually she's a broker with your office. And I tried to look her up and she came up. So
yeah,
I'm sorry for putting her on
based
blast.
On the contacts that are listed in your phone, and yeah, that's how it sorts. But when you type in the search, if you type in their last name, as long as you have last names put in your phone, it should be able to look up the last names.
Awesome. But that's my portion.
Okay, wonderful. I think this was great. This was helpful. I learned a ton. I'll probably have to go through and go back on and kind of regurgitate everything as well.
and lastly, I want you guys to go out and practice this. But if I see you driving and practicing this, I'm going to be upset. So pull over, park the car, and then do your search. All right. Yes. Happy holidays to you guys. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, Richard. We appreciate you.
All right. Thank you. Be safe, you guys. Take care.